Alright, so I'm just going to show you guys how to actually get this gridded out. So we're doing a gridding assignment, so we need to make sure that we have a ruler. I'm using inches on this side, and for this particular part, I want to do a 5 by 5 square, and then that will be what we actually do our drawing from. So I'm going to start all the way over here at the corner of my page, and I'm going to actually just make a 1-inch mark. I want this to be about 1 inch down and 1 inch away. So I'm starting over here. I'm going to come clean over to this side as well. This is going to help me out a lot. It's going to help keep my squares straight. So I've got 1 inch on one side, 1 inch on the other side. From here, any of the marks that I make, I know that I'm going to have them straight across the page. So I'm just connecting my 2 points, drawing a clean line. There we go. Alright, now I also want this to be about 1 inch away from the side of the page. So I'm putting my ruler on the 0 mark, and then I'm marking 1 inch. Now this one I already know I want to do a 5 inch square, so I'm going to stop at 6 inches, because if I take away 1 inch, I should have 5 inches in between. Now I'm going to mark every inch. For this assignment, we're only going to do every inch, but there's other assignments that you might want to do every half inch. The smaller increments that you do for your box, the more precise your picture will actually be. But you can see that we have an extra 2.5 inches over here. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to go down 5 inches. So I'm putting my ruler just right there at the corner of the page, and I'm coming down to the 6-inch mark. That's going to actually be where we go for that. And then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to come over and I'm going to put this on the 0 mark and then come down to the 6-inch mark. Now the 0 mark, what I mean by that is that there's this little extra tab. We don't want to use that when we're making our first marks. We want to use this 0 mark. Alright, so I'm just going to come straight across here, and I'm going to connect my 2 dots just like so. And I'm going to basically repeat the same steps. So I've got my ruler. I'm going to put it at the 0 mark on the side of my page and mark over an inch. And then I'm going to do every inch again. So 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch. And remember, I want this to be 5 inches wide. So I'm going to go over to the 6 inch. Now I'm just going to connect my dots here really quickly. I'm just going to go point to point. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go point to point again. I'm going to come over here. And again, this is the whole gridding process. Now, I have a teacher that used to tell me that if you put your pencil on the point that you want to, slide your ruler over, then you only have to worry about the bottom point. For some reason, that doesn't work as well for me, so I like making sure that I have the same distance at the top and the bottom for my points before I'll actually draw them. But this is the whole reason that we did it this way instead of just, trying to create a box ourselves, is that we know for sure that this is going to be a square box. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my ruler on the 0 mark, and I'm going to mark every inch. So I'm just coming down like this, and I'm marking every inch. Now, I want to do it on 2 sides, because if I don't do it on 2 sides, my line could end up wonky. I could end up with, a line going like this or something like that. So instead, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to actually mark these guys again, and hopefully this is exactly 5 inches. If it's not, I messed up somewhere previous. So it's a good checking point to make sure that I have my 0 mark and it goes to 5 inches there. And then I'm just going to come straight across here, and I'm going to line up my points just like so, and I'm going to connect these dots. There we go. Now I'm just continuing down. Alright, and one more. There we go. Alright, so now I have a rather large grid, and it's 5 inches by 5 inches, and it's gridded every 1 inch. So if I was to take another picture, let's say I have a picture of an animal or something like that, I can actually grid it out the same way. I can do 5 inches by 5 inches, and then when I transfer it over, it'll be really easy because I'll have the same exact measurements on both of them. But that's how we're going to do this for our assignments. Like I said, if you wanted to make it bigger and you want to make it 6 inches by 6 inches, it's just 1 extra square in every direction.